I'm joined by the Bullseye Brief publisher and author Adam Johnson, along with Wall Street Journal's economics editor Jon Hilsenrath. Good to see you both. Adam,
great to be here.
I mean, we got good news, right?
Yes, we do.
Really, really good news for the economy. Yet we're down 110. What's this about?
Well, actually, if you look at the NASDAQ, it's been up most of the day because technology has been on fire. So there are just a couple of these Dow stocks that are down. There's just uncertainty right now about trying to figure out where interest rates are going, where trade tariffs, thanks, it's a tongue twister.
Yes,
But, you know, the fact is, Trish, think about it. We have, and I keep saying this every time I come on, but it's the truth. It's the greatest story that we're not celebrating, but we are here on Fox News, and that is Americans are working in record numbers. We have the most Americans ever making the highest gross adjusted income ever. They are spending money. That is driving gains for companies. Earnings are up 20 to 22%. This economy is so robust. Why the rest of the media isn't celebrating, I don't know. But I'm certainly not worried that the Dow is down 100, especially when you've got technology.
No, I'm not either, by the way. Jon Hilsenrath, what is the concern here with these tariffs? Because I look at it and say, look, we are the biggest economy in the world. We have lousy trade deals. I mean, Sean Duffy from Wisconsin telling me that Harley Davidson in India, they get hit with a 100% tariff on the motorcycles. I mean, why don't we go out and renegotiate all this stuff so what if the price of aluminum or steel is a little bit higher? Maybe it costs Harley Davidson a little bit more to make that motorcycle. If they can sell more of them in India because they're not slapping on a 100% tariff, maybe we start to level the playing field in a way that's quite meaningful.
Well, I'd say a couple of things, as to why the markets are concerned about this. The first reason is that any tariff is a tax, right? You're increasing the price on imported goods. So when you increase the price on imported aluminum or steel, it's going to mean we have an estimate today that the cost of a car could go up by something like $300, about what it might cost you to repaint the car or put on a new steering wheel. So that's one issue. The other issue is this one tax from increased tariffs on steel and aluminum in and of itself is a very small piece of the overall economy. The concern is that this feeds on itself. So the Europeans are saying, and the Chinese are saying, that they might retaliate. Now, President Trump has a point that a lot of countries, a lot of America's trading partners have higher tariffs on their goods than we have on ours. What we want to do is to get them to put their tariffs down. But the reaction to us increasing ours might be that they increase theirs even more, rather than reducing theirs.
All right. Well, good luck with that, because guess what? We
control
import,
we're the big buyer.
They import more of our stuff than we do of theirs, right? So, I mean, isn't that a big part of it as well?
Well, here's the
or forgive me, vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
Vice versa.
There's so much misinformation about tariffs. And just to address the steel thing, here's how absurd it really is, all right? Only 1.5% of Chinese steel actually finds its way into the U.S., all right? And that Chinese steel that does get here accounts for less than 2% of what we consume. This has never been about Chinese steel. It was about applying pressure to Canada and Mexico in NAFTA. They, by the way, together account for about a quarter.
Maybe the Chinese steel thing is a fringe benefit.
Well, it might be. But here's the thing. And by the way, that's why the Beijing response has been virtually nil, because it doesn't really affect them. And Mr. Trump has already granted various exemptions for the Canadians and the Mexicans temporary because they are negotiating NAFTA. The point is, this whole thing is about negotiation.
Well, don't you want that leverage? I mean,
yes,
Jon, what's wrong with having
it's a beautiful thing, Trish. I love what Mr. Trump is doing. He's creating leverage for us. He is working for us. This is good.
Jon?
Well, so, I mean, that's what he's trying to do. He is trying to create leverage and trying to force other countries to reduce their trade barriers and their tariffs on us. What I'm saying is, how is it going to actually play out? Are they going to respond to his tariffs by doing what he says and saying, all right, we'll reduce ours? Or are they going to retaliate?
I don't think they're going to retaliate.
The Chinese,
I think
they might not, but that's
about nothing. I mean, I'm just saying.
That is the risk.
Well, it reminds me of sort of how the mainstream media was acting on Meet the Press this weekend, where the entire panel talking to Chuck Todd was like, this meeting with Kim Jong-un, it's not a good idea. It's such a bad idea. Things could go so wrong and it could set up. And it's like, guys, I mean, take a deep breath.
So, I mean, think about it. Okay, the second largest seller of steel to the U.S. is South Korea. Are they complaining about the tariffs? No, because they recognize what's happening with North Korea. They want to get North Korea back. So they're saying, oh, if we've got to give Mr. Trump a little bit of leeway on the steel thing and make him look good to his constituents at home, that's fine. Because
you think
he's
it's
also
political, though? I think it's more than political. I think it's economic. I think it's coming. John, I know you're not a fan of these, but I think it's coming from the right place, in that we do need to go around the world and renegotiate these deals.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to you what's going on in the market. I wouldn't put myself, I don't put myself on the opinion side of the ledger, so I'm not saying I'm for them, I'm not saying against them, but your question is why is the market so upset? And that, I think, is going to explain it.
Honestly, they're not that upset because we're down 0.4%. I don't really consider that.
Well, and the NASDAQ technology has been up much of the day.
Well,
so, you know, there's your answer right there.
All right. We're going to keep watching it. John, good to see you. Thank you. Adam, thank you so much.